Years.
When I was little, I enjoyed disagreeing with whatever my family did. One time, my cousin Milos put milk in his raspberry tea. And as you can guess, it curdled nastily. My whole family tasted the tea for the fun of it, and they said how gross it was. When it was my turn to taste it, I told them how delicious I thought it was. I debated them for weeks to try to convince them that the tea was not that bad. Looking back, I don't remember if I actually liked the tea or not, but even as a 6-year-old brat, I would not let my opinions go unheard. I've made myself into a contrarian. I become the guy who disagrees with everyone else. I'm guilty of saying rude remarks in my disagreement, and sometimes I come across as a know-it-all or a jerk. For example, one day in elementary school, my teacher was lecturing the class for about an hour, and in a hard plastic chair, I was ready to argue with anything. She stated that a normal person will not watch another person suffer without helping, and therefore the Nazis were evil. I didn't disagree with Nazis being evil, but I did hear something I could disagree with. I told my teacher that the average American citizen has seen countless numbers of homeless people suffering, and they haven't done a single thing to help them. She said that that was different. So, in a sassy 10-year-old voice, I asked her why. She responded with, "Because I'm the teacher and I said so." But my eyes just glared brighter with defiance and anger, and I then said, "So I should agree and go along with whatever you say no matter what, even if you tell me to jump off a bridge?" "I would never say that," she assured me. "You should do whatever I say as long as it's within reason." But in the last act of defiance, my chest puffed in order to muster all my confidence. I said, "Agreeing with your statement is not within reason, and I don't have to do it." I didn't really need to debate my 4th grade teacher like that. I mean, come on, the Nazis were horrible. We can move on. And while maybe my perspective on human nature was somewhat valuable for the discussion, I shouldn't have prosecuted her like that. As I grow and mature, I've realized that debating and fighting for something can go far beyond contrarianism. I see now that as a child, I opposed popular opinion because it gave me a sort of power and confidence. It made me feel strong. But now that seems to be too small of a motivation. I used to debate just to be right, and I saw it as either being a winner or a loser, and I was unwilling to be a loser. But now I'm more interested in exploring all areas of the topic. And in doing so, I'm realizing that the world is not black and white. The world's full of gray. I recently voiced an unpopular opinion when I posed the question whether minorities are truly disadvantaged in the college admission process. The benefit of me nuancing this discussion came afterwards, when several people approached me and asked me further about my opinion. And they ended up agreeing that the issue is more complex than people were willing to let on. And they left with more learned and more to think about. This experience has taught me that bringing up another perspective is important so people can see multiple sides of an issue. I realized that my voice can be used for so much more than fulfilling self-empowerment. If there were not people in history who were unafraid to fight and defend their beliefs, I would not be able to give this speech. Being African American, I would either be unable to attend this school or perhaps even a slave. If there were not people like Abraham Lincoln, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Angela Davis, and even Martin Luther King Jr., who actually stood up for what they believed and fought the system until their beliefs were heard and implemented into society, there would not have been change. Looking forward, I hope to conquer the injustices and various problems that I face by fighting and voicing what I think is right, because it is standing up for what you believe in that allows amazing changes to happen and for the human experience to be enhanced. This, I believe.